In this exercise, we're going to be creating centerline geometry. Centerline geometry, like I said in previous exercises, is mostly used with the revolved command or used inside of a sketch for doing symmetrical constraints. In this case, let's say I want to do the revolve outside of this part. We're going to do some machining here and we want to be able to come in here and do this. So I'm going to take a look at where the origin sketch is. I'm going to make sure that this goes from the center out. So now my origin is dead center of my part here. I expand it out there, say new sketch on this origin plane. And I'm going to draw a line down the center of my part. As I said before, it's as simple as just selecting it and clicking on the centerline command. Up here to the right, I think this looks like a threaded plug to me, or a threaded fitting. So now what I'm going to do is do just a real simple rectangle up here. Got to add a dimension to this. Finish. I'm going to do revolve. Change it to cut. Now you can see I used the center line to create these nice rounded edges. Next thing I can do is I could do a sketch. I'm going to go around the outside of this. So I click on the XY and I say new sketch. This time I'm going to say project geometry. I'm going to project that line right there. Hit F7. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do a nice little arc. I'm going to make the horizontal center even with the middle of this. And I'm going to put a dimension on this, 1.5, let's say. I'm going to go ahead and lock this to the center here. Use the coinciding constraint, click on the center point, lock it in there. Because I'm going to be cutting with this, I'm going to come in here. I close this off. And you'll notice I didn't get the ends of that sketch. Inventor, remember, it doesn't matter because we're going to go back and modify it. It doesn't really matter what my outside here looks like. I'm just going to use this as a cutting tool. And then I'm going to change this projected line into a center line. Still a projected line, but I just turned it into a center line so I can use it. This time I'm going to say revolve, say cut. You notice it automatically found my center line, and I'm going to say angle 180 degrees, and it's going to be symmetrical. Hit OK. So there you go. Got my nice rounded edges everywhere. So for whatever reason, I needed that to be kind of a slightly rounded edge. I'm able to use the center lines I created inside of a sketch. Center lines are very easy to use. I just wanted to show you a couple creative ways of using them. I will save this part out for you to see how I did this as creating centerline geometry. So you can take a look at this and you can see how to use centerline geometry to create complex shapes out of very simple shapes.